Hey everyone, welcome to the Threats Bank. Today we're diving into the dark world of cybercrime to expose the most dangerous hacker gangs of 2025. These guys are playing for keeps, holding data hostage, and causing chaos. We're talking millions of dollars stolen, sensitive information leaked, and entire systems held for ransom. We've got 5 groups on our list, each with their own terrifying tactics. Make sure you stick around to the very end because we're going to be ranking them from least to most dangerous. You won't believe who comes out on top. First up, we've got RansomHub, a ruthless gang that rose from the ashes of another notorious group, ALPHV. These guys are like the grim reapers of the cyber world, specializing in hitting up hospitals and healthcare providers. Imagine this, you're in desperate need of medical attention, but the hospital can't access your records because a hacker group has them locked down tight. That's RansomHub's bread and butter. They work fast, they're aggressive, and they're not afraid to hit you where it hurts, your health. Just this past February, they pulled off a major attack on a US healthcare provider, holding patient records hostage for a whopping $15 million. And it's not just about the money for RansomHub. They're also notorious for double extortion, which means they'll encrypt your data and then threaten to leak it online if you don't pay up. What makes RansomHub so dangerous is their willingness to prey on vulnerable institutions like hospitals. These are places that are already stretched thin, dealing with life and death situations every day. The last thing they need is a gang of cybercriminals adding to their stress. But RansomHub doesn't care. They see an opportunity to make a quick buck, and they're going to exploit it no matter the cost. These guys are the definition of heartless. Next up, we're taking on CLOP, a group that's been wreaking havoc in the cyber world since 2019. These guys are like the corporate raiders of the hacker world, targeting big businesses and financial institutions with surgical precision. They're not interested in small-time scams. They want the big game, the companies with deep pockets and valuable data. CLOP's calling card is their mastery of zero-day exploits. These are basically flaws in software or systems that haven't been discovered yet, giving hackers a way in before anyone even knows there's a problem. Back in early 2025, CLOP used one of these zero-day exploits to pull off a massive attack, hitting over 100 companies in a single week and walking away with a cool $20 million. Imagine that, a week, over 100 companies, $20 million. These guys are like the Navy SEALs of cybercrime, highly skilled, disciplined, and incredibly dangerous. CLOP does their homework, carefully selecting their victims based on their financial strength and the potential value of their data. What makes CLOP so terrifying is their ability to operate with such precision and effectiveness. They're like ghosts in the machine, slipping past security systems undetected and leaving a trail of chaos in their wake. CLOP's attacks can also lead to the loss of sensitive customer data, intellectual property theft, and long-term reputational damage for the companies involved. Now, let's talk about Lynx, the new kids on the block who are quickly making a name for themselves in the cybercrime world. These guys are like the cheetahs of the hacker world, known for their lightning-fast attacks and their ability to disappear with your data before you even know what hit you. They're relatively new, bursting onto the scene in mid-2024, but they've already racked up an impressive, or should we say, terrifying, number of attacks. Lynx's specialty is the quick-hit ransomware attack. They target small to medium-sized businesses, particularly those in the fintech and retail sectors, because these companies often lack the robust cybersecurity defenses of larger corporations. Their strategy is simple: get in, encrypt everything as fast as possible, and get out before anyone can react. Case in point. Back in January of 2025, Lynx took down a European fintech firm in a matter of hours. They managed to steal data from a staggering 50,000 customers, leaving the company reeling and its customers vulnerable to identity theft and financial fraud. What makes Lynx so dangerous is their speed and their focus on smaller businesses. Even the smallest companies can become targets, and the consequences can be devastating. Moving on to Akira, a group that's been around since 2023 and has really stepped up their game in 2025. These guys are like the bullies of the cyber world, preying on educational institutions and manufacturing companies. They're sneaky, they're persistent, and they're not afraid to resort to some pretty dirty tactics to get what they want. Akira's weapon of choice is phishing, a social engineering technique where they trick people into clicking on malicious links or opening infected attachments. Once they've gained access to a system, they quickly move to encrypt data and demand a ransom. But Akira isn't content with just locking up data. They also love to publicly shame their victims by leaking sensitive information online if their demands aren't met. Just this month, Akira targeted a US university, holding student records, research data, and financial information hostage. The university refused to pay the $2 million ransom, so Akira retaliated by dumping years' worth of sensitive research data online for the entire world to see. Schools and universities are supposed to be places of learning and growth, not targets for cyber criminals. But Akira doesn't care. Last, but certainly not least, we have APT-27, a group that's been shrouded in mystery and intrigue since their emergence in 2010. Unlike the other groups on our list, APT-27 isn't motivated by financial gain. They're state-sponsored hackers believed to be operating out of China, and their mission is espionage. They're like the ninjas of the cyber world, silent, deadly, and masters of stealth. APT-27's targets are governments and telecommunications companies, and their goal is to steal sensitive information that could give their country a strategic advantage. They're not interested in making a quick buck. They're playing the long game, infiltrating systems and remaining undetected for months, even years, while they gather valuable intel. In February 2025, APT-27 made headlines when they breached a major US telecommunications company. They managed to steal call records, text messages, and even location data from unsuspecting customers. This kind of information could be used to track individuals, identify potential targets, and even gain insights into government operations. They're a constant threat to national security, and their ability to operate in the shadows makes them incredibly difficult to track and neutralize. That's all for today. Which hacker gang scares you most? Drop a comment, hit like, and subscribe for more cyber deep dives. Stay safe out there.